The main reason I moved is because they're not fake. They're not fake. In America, the way I met Rose was through because I wanted a lot of dating sites in America are they filter and they're false and they're fake.
Hello, Stewart and Rose. So it's been several months since we sat down with you, and what are the major changes since then?
Well, I finally moved here. I finally retired from the United States from jobs, actually 2 jobs, the Marine Corps and from AT&T. I no longer have to go back, get a pension, which is, they ask a lot of that here. Do you have a pension in order for me to get my residency? So I have my pension. And actually today I was supposed to go and open a bank account. That's one of the hardest things is to transfer money from the US to Filipino peso. So that's where I'm at this stage. We've had our ups and downs. I've learned a lot, but yeah, finally moved here. That's the major difference. So I'm not quite Filipino yet. So
You will,
I'm learning.
slowly adapt. Yeah.
Slowly adapting, yeah.
Yeah. So since you've mentioned you've moved here, what was like the hardest challenges, or one of the hardest challenges in terms of culture?
The hardest challenges in culture. Well, the hardest challenges in my family. Artie, they miss me. Take me to the airport, sent me off, cried. Please don't forget us, come home. But I'm starting a family here. And as far as the Filipino culture, the main reason I moved is because they're not fake. They're not fake. In America, the way I met Rose was through because I wanted basically something that wasn't false. A lot of sites, a lot of women, a lot of dating sites in America they filter and they're false and they're fake. And they don't completely come across as the truth. Filipino women tend to be more traditional, be more truthful, and speak from the heart. So that's one thing that keeps me here, and that's one of the things I'm working over. And then just learning the culture. Lots of differences. I'm starting to learn the language. I'm picking up on words here and there, not full sentences. I watch Filipino Family Feud, so I can pick up on words every day and try to study them. And sometimes they talk fast, they get to talking fast, and I can start to pick up. So I'm like, I know what you're saying. So that's where I'm at now. I'm still learning the courtesies. My voice is a little heavy. I have to kind of keep, people are just polite. I haven't had any trouble. Filipinos are very friendly. They've been very kind to me, and I enjoy it. That's what I enjoy. I enjoy the peace.
So why Philippines? Like, do you agree with this, or is it like your choice to live here?
The 2 of the main reasons I chose the Philippines, like I researched it, was the Filipino women are traditional, not false, and they come to you from the heart and straight. And then also the cost of living. The cost of living here, I can live more comfortably here than I can in the States. I was making good money. I retired from AT&T Marine Corps, so my money financially was good, but it's like you're living almost check to check, paying to keep the house. I had a $400,000 home, and I had a Corvette, and it was just, I can maintain it, but it's just like, oh my God, every time I had to write the check, it's like goodness. But here, you can live simpler and simple pleasures. The older you get, you don't look for the clubs, you just want peace of mind. You just want every day to wake up and find some comfortability. I don't need a lot. I just need family and friends. That's all I really need. And to be loved.
Which is you can only find in the Philippines.
You can find love everywhere, but the Philippines is a little bit more traditional. It's just a little bit more, I don't know, it's different. It's different. You don't have as many filters to go through like you do back in the States. It's just blunt, straightforward.
Okay, since you've decided to live in the Philippines, like what have been your major challenges in the process?
Okay, I'd say any American choosing to move here, be in good health. The medical system is probably the major reason. I talk to a lot of older gentlemen having to go back and forth from the States with your health. Of course, your finances. Usually you want to be a gentleman that has had a good career and good financial resources.
What are some of the major differences you've experienced between living in the US and living in the Philippines?
In the US, it's a rat race. I grew up I lived in Austin. Austin is one of the fastest growing cities in the United States. The simplicity, I guess that's the difference. In America, it's complicated. Here, it's simple. I just have to learn the ways, but it's simple. And that's what I like. I like simplicity.
So what made you decide to move in the Philippines rather than taking Rose back to the US?
Rose in the US, taking her back to the US, it would be, like I said, a nightmare in a way. It's so huge, it's so big.
Yes.
We're working on getting her visa so we can go back and forth. Because again, remember I told you when I first landed here, my family was just like, don't forget us, come back. So it's like I have to make a balance between here and there. As long as I can go back for like maybe my grandchildren's graduation or maybe a Christmas here or there when she can go back there. She wants to see snow. So I need to take her snow skiing. I'm sure she smiled. She's like, I want to see snow. I think the reason, you were talking about why Rose back in the Philippines, she's comfortable here. This is her home, she's comfortable. I'm comfortable anywhere. I think just as long as you communicate, communication is the key. As long as you communicate back home and you communicate here, that's it.
Is there anything you already miss from the US that we don't have here in the Philippines?
Food. I miss rice is life. I know that. So it's rice every day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Rice with everything. I miss sometimes an American hamburger with fries and a vanilla shake.
Have you tried any Filipino dish?
They keep trying to get me to do that balut. I've tried everything. I've done everything squid. And they go, you haven't done balut yet? They look at me and go, you haven't done balut? And I said, no. I'm a Marine and I've tried everything across the world but balut. And they have to, it's so good. So I'm going to try it.
What's it like being with Rose all the time rather than just a few weeks at a time?
The longer you're with somebody, you're going to have your differences. We're going to have our arguments. There's going to be good days, there's going to be bad days. I know relationship is perfect. But we work through them for the most part. Hey, okay, we have our anger at you, I'm angry at you, but you know what? I love you too. Being with her all day, I love her. I love this woman. Sometimes I'm just like, what are we doing? What's next? Every day it's just, we're learning each other every day. Sometimes I can just look at her, we just look at each other.
What would you say to the guys out there that are not only thinking about trying a tour, but actually making their life in the Philippines with their wife?
The number one thing is, you can hear this on every video, is you gotta come here. You can talk all day, you can video all day long, but just like I said, when you get on sites, people are fake.
Yeah.
And a lot of times you need to actually come here in person for yourself. And you'll see testimony guys, sometimes you'll get wowed. You'll be wowed when you get off the plane. You're wowed by the beauty of the Philippines, the beauty of the women, the friendliness of the people. It'll wow you. But sometimes you gotta come a little bit more often and stay a while. Because when you stay a while, that's when you really learn. That's where you get to the meat of the situation here. You get the meat of what it really is. Like I said, I'm learning. Every day is a learning curve for me. But as long as I have Rose, whether we have our little spats or arguments or not, as long as we work through them, we'll be fine. That's what couples do. That's how you make it. You need to come. That's why I say, come here, get here, and experience for yourself. You can ask me questions all day long, but you need to come here. Get off the internet, get off the pokey, get off the video, get off that, all that stuff, and come here and see for yourself.
Searching for that one special woman to complete your life? Join men from all over the world as they take a trip and find their future brides.
International-dating.com